It's 2026 and we're celebrating Pride here in San Francisco in City Hall. And this is probably the most happy I'm gonna be all month because the craziness is just starting. My name is Honey Mahogany. I'm the director of the Office of Transgender Initiatives here in the City and County of San Francisco. And it is an honor to be here, to be able to open up the ceremony, and also to be able to share space with so many incredible LGBTQ leaders from across city departments and across the community. I know I don't have to tell you what an important Pride season this is. We are in the year 2026, and not to be a downer, but we are facing unprecedented persecution and opposition across this country and across the globe. This last year alone, in the last 6 months, we've seen almost 800 pieces of anti-trans legislation introduced across this country. The Lemkin Institute has given its third red flag warning, saying that we are in the early to mid stages of a genocide against transgender people in this country. And the Movement Advancement Project estimates that since the 2024 election, over 400,000 trans people have already fled their homes seeking sanctuary in places like San Francisco. Now, that paints a very stark picture. But what Pride reminds us is that we've been here before and that we've won. San Francisco is the home of the Compton's cafeteria riots. And let that be both an indication and a reminder that Pride isn't just a party. It is, above all other things, a protest. It is not a parade, it is a march. And the LGBTQ community has fought for decades to ensure that we enshrine our rights into law to get to the place where we are now. But there's no stopping. We have to continue to fight. And we know this, as queer and trans people, we know this because we have been at the forefront of every single civil rights movement in this country, whether it be the African American civil rights movement and the fight for equal rights and voting rights, or the women's liberation movement. We have been there writing policy behind the scenes and sometimes even at the forefront. I'm really proud to see that activism continue today all across the city and all across the country. And I'm really grateful for the leaders of this city and Mayor Daniel Lurie for taking into consideration the asks from the trans community. Because right now, we need to be doing more here in San Francisco. More and more people are coming to this city seeking refuge. And that's why the Office of Transgender Initiatives, in collaboration with the Civil Rights Division of the Human Rights Commission and the Department on the Status of Women, is working with Supervisor Mahmoud to introduce amendments to the city's Fair Chance Ordinance. Those amendments would ensure that people who face discrimination regarding accessing gender-affirming care or gender-specific facilities, accessing reproductive care, or even performing in drag, if they receive a misdemeanor or a felony charge in states across the country like they can in Idaho for just using the bathroom, that when they come here seeking services, seeking affordable housing, seeking employment, that we do not allow folks to discriminate against them, so that their discrimination that they experienced back home does not follow them here to the city and county of San Francisco. Now I know that's certainly not enough, and trust me, this is just the beginning. There are many incredible activists and many incredible allies here in the city and county of San Francisco who are fighting every day to improve things, to keep fighting, and yes, the budget process isn't over yet, so we still have a lot of work to do. So I want to say thank you to all of the activists, all of the organizations, all of the department heads, and Mayor Daniel Lurie for your thoughtful work in creating the budget. And this is a call to action. The LGBTQ community is hurting. We are here to celebrate, but we're also here to put in the work. And I just want to say one last thing. For all the queer and trans people here, we have been fighting for a very long time. For you, I do want you to see Pride as an opportunity to celebrate your wins and to take some time to decompress. And for all the allies in the room, this is your time to put in the work. So thank you for allowing me to open up our Pride festivities. I hope that wasn't too dark. But listen, we've got to meet the moment, and we've got to call everybody into this battle. And I'm so proud to introduce the current mayor of San Francisco, who has been a tremendous ally throughout this process. Please welcome Mayor Daniel Lurie.
Thank you for speaking the truth, honey. We appreciate you. Happy Pride, San Francisco. Today, as we raise the Pride flag here at City Hall, we kick off a month of joy. And there is no better place in the world to celebrate Pride than in San Francisco. You want me to wait? Let them have their voice? Yeah. That's okay. Hey, this is San Francisco. We expect this. We're good. I'll keep going. Every June, our city comes alive as people from around the world come to, as you said, march with us, dance with us, and celebrate with us, and protest with us. Pride flags line Market Street from the Ferry Building to the Castro. The Pink Triangle returns tomorrow to Twin Peaks. And for the last weekend of the month, the city is going to be a party. That energy is a result of generations of courage and community. And we continue to add to our city's rich heritage. Last week, I went to Chinatown to open the first LGBTQ plus museum in the world. Our city is fortunate to have LGBTQ plus museums where history can be celebrated and preserved for generations to come. San Francisco has long been a beacon of hope for the LGBTQ plus community wherever they are. We are a place where you can love who you want to love, be who you want to be, and live freely. This city would not be who we are without the history. All right, she wants to chant Happy Pride. You want to do it? All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Happy Pride, Happy Pride, Happy Pride, Happy Pride. All right, I'm going to keep going. We keep going. We are proud to be home to 3 LGBTQ plus cultural districts: the Transgender District in the Tenderloin, the Leather District in Soma, and the world-famous Castro. The LGBTQ plus community forged its political voice here. Harvey Milk, Jose Sarria proved that this community deserved a seat at the table. Del Martin, Phyllis Lyon, and Ricky Strecker fought for lesbian rights here decades before it was celebrated. Cleve Jones founded the AIDS Memorial Quilt to remember and bring awareness to thousands of gay men we lost to a disease that no one wanted to acknowledge. While we take time to celebrate the LGBTQ plus community, I, too, want to acknowledge what is happening across our country. LGBTQ plus rights are under attack. The federal government is targeting trans healthcare, gutting HIV and AIDS funding, and turning its back on our communities. We are sending a different message here in San Francisco. Facing significant federal cuts and a structural deficit, we made a choice and we chose our people. And as Honey pointed out, and I understand deeply, that there is anxiety about the budget, and I know how important your work is to our city. That is why this year we made significant investments in healthcare, and we will continue to support the organizations doing critical work for the LGBTQ+ community. When the federal government cuts HIV and AIDS funding, we will backfill them as we always have. Because no one in this city should lose access to health care because Washington turned its back. The SF Community Health Center is making a difference for San Franciscans every day. And with their work, we will continue to drive down to zero the number of infections. We are, and I was explaining this to someone just before we got up here, we are investing a lot in housing and healthcare and food services because no one should go hungry or sleep outside. We are working to support the organizations that make this all possible. The Asian Women's Shelter, the SF LGBTQ Community Center, because culture and community are essential, and Lyric, so our youth have a place that sees them. And my budget proposal continues to invest in legal services for immigrant families. San Francisco stands behind the people who make this city what it is. We are also continuing funding the Castro Community Benefits District work to keep the Castro what it is, a vibrant and safe neighborhood, and that includes continuing grants to maintain Jane Warner Plaza as a welcoming public space and support for community ambassadors. The Castro belongs to this community and this city, and this budget makes sure it stays that way. President Mandelman, thank you for your strong support, your leadership for those services that ensure the Castro remains a vibrant and safe place for the queer and trans community. I also want to thank Supervisor Matt Dorsey for working with my office to preserve nightlife in the Leather District. I want to thank Director Honey Mahogany, Supervisor Bilal Mahmood, and the Office of Transgender Initiatives for partnering together on the Fair Chance Ordinance, ensuring formerly incarcerated individuals have access to employment opportunities. I'm grateful for your collaboration and look forward to continuing this important work together. And I'm also happy to welcome our Counselor Corps community with representatives from over 10 countries today. Your presence carries deep meaning for all of us, and we value your partnership and your support. Thank you for being here today. I'd like to acknowledge SF Pride Executive Director Suzanne Ford and the members of the Pride Board, whose leadership helps ensure that the spirit of Pride continues to thrive in San Francisco and beyond. And I want to congratulate this year's Grand Marshals. It's great to meet you all before Amani Rupert Gordon, John Weber, Marcelo Pardo Ariza, Ms. Bob Davis, Roger Duddy, and Trans Thrive. Thank you all. Congratulations. And the Bob Ross Foundation and Tom Horn. Thank you so much, Tom. Thank you for your generosity in supporting today's flag raising, as well as our flag raising ceremonies for Lesbian Visibility Week and Trans History Month, your decades of advocacy for the LGBTQ+ San Francisco community. At the Bay Area Lawyers for Individual Freedom and the War Memorial reflect the very spirit that we are celebrating today. Thank you, Tom. And I will close with this. I want to thank the queer and trans department heads, city staff, commissioners, and community leaders who show up every day to build a more just San Francisco. And while today we honor leaders who serve and have served, there are hundreds of thousands of those names who we do not say, who lived their lives quietly and with dignity. who had to hide who they were, who loved in secret, who carried the weight of a world that was not ready for them. They are part of this story today. And today we raise the flag for them. So happy Pride, everyone. And Tom, I want you to come up here because we are declaring this June Pride Month in San Francisco. Come on up here.
Art Director Janice Lee has just shared some wise words, which is that doing budget in... Is it all right that I steal this? I don't want to, you got a good line. Doing budget in June is profoundly homophobic. And transphobic, and queerphobic, and all the phobics. But I don't know that we're going to change it anytime soon. There is the magic of San Francisco, and the fight of San Francisco, and the tradition of activism, which I have been a part of at times in my life. I do think that it is worth keeping in mind that it is not always the most useful thing to rage against your allies. And for me, it is clear to me that Daniel Lurie is deeply and profoundly an ally to the LGBTQ community. And we see it in lots and lots of ways. Most recently, we saw it in, I think, about $2 million in rejections of proposed cuts that were going to impact the LGBTQ community. And I guess I'd like to start by thanking the mayor and his budget team for reversing those cuts and investing in the queer community. And that is not to say that there is not a lot more work for us to do over this next month, because I'm not happy with where we are. I know the mayor's not happy with where we are. We need to look under every cushion and find every last cent that there can be to invest in HIV prevention, in support for long-term survivors, in investments in the queer community, in our Pride celebrations. But let's recognize that we have enemies in the world, and I don't see any of them here. So, thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's my last one of these things as the gay supervisor from District 8. I don't think you're applauding that I'm going away. I think you're applauding that I'm super gay. But every single time I come to this Pride celebration at the beginning of June, I am overwhelmed with pride in our community. You look around this room and you see public leadership, excellent people like, and I wrote some of them down so I don't get myself in trouble. I will get myself in trouble. But is our Director of Human Resources here, Carol Eisen. Big lesbian. Thank you, Carol. Mouli Tugbenyo, who's showing leadership at the Human Rights Commission. Thank you, Mouli. Mr. Mayor, you've made an extremely gay man the director of all the arts in San Francisco. Congratulations, Matthew Godot. And thank you for your wisdom in continuing to have Honey Mahogany leading our Office of Transgender Initiatives and providing leadership for the whole queer community focused on our most vulnerable members. I also, and I will get myself in trouble with this too, would like to acknowledge my allies on the Board of Supervisors who are here. I see Cheyenne Chen from District 11. I see Stephen Sherrill, thank you for being here. I see Shaman Walton, thank you for being here. I'm missing someone. Matt Dorsey, well, he's not an ally. He's another one of these big gays. Thanks, Matt Dorsey, I guess. So, I mean, good for you. And then I do want to thank some of the other folks who found some time to. Super gay Phil Kim, board president, just got himself reelected. Congratulations, happy for that. But ally Matt Haney in the assembly, thank you for being here. Joaquin Torres, our assessor recorder. I'm gonna stop. But I know, going back to my point about how proud I am of this room, I see not just those department heads, but city staff in every department, whether it's the police department, the planning department, the mayor's office, so many queer folks who are doing good work for the people of the city and county of San Francisco. Give yourselves a round of applause. I am realizing I am remiss in not acknowledging big lesbian Leslie Katz, former supervisor. Billy Lemon wants me to acknowledge big lesbian in my office, Sophie Marie. All right. But we have commissioners here. We have so many amazing leaders in the nonprofit community, and I want to shout out a couple because Roger Dowdy, after 24 years of leading the Horizons Foundation, I don't think either of us could possibly be that old to remember all of that, but this is your last year, so thank you, Roger, for building an endowment for this community, for directing, for calling on us to invest in queer people, and for all the leadership you've shown over all those years. Ms. Bob Davis, I got to know you at City College. I'm so excited to see the work you're continuing to do with a transgender archive. Thank you, Ms. Bob Davis. Thank you, San Francisco, for acknowledging Ms. Bob. Now I'm going to stop. But we have, and then we have leaders in the business community who've shown up, and thank you for being here, and thank you, queer people in business, for providing leadership there. It's been an incredible honor to be a gay in this building, in Harvey Milk's seat, for the last 8 years. A million thank yous. We will continue to resist throughout June. Pride is a protest. It will not stop. But we also need to take care of each other and take care of ourselves and celebrate the fact that San Francisco is the best, queerest place on the globe. We love this city. We love each other. We love our country, although sometimes we have to remind them of what they actually are about. And we'll be ready to do that on July 1st. And for now, we are going to just party and celebrate. And Tom Horn, you wonderful, wonderful man, happy 80th birthday this weekend. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tom. Happy birthday to you. I've embarrassed enough people, not least myself, here today. I will now invite Janice Lee, lesbian leader, BART director, amazing human, Chinatown activist, leader in the community. Speak.
I would be remiss to say I identify as queer, but we're not counting. Oh my gosh, it feels so, so good that it is Pride Month and that I'm here with you all raising the flag today and celebrating with my community, our community. I've really been reflecting on this year's theme for San Francisco Pride, which is resistance in action. What does that look like, and what does it take to get there? I know you all know the saying that San Francisco politics is like a knife fight in a phone booth. But I have always thought that there has got to be a different way. This knife fight is metaphorically killing us, and San Francisco politics will continue being a knife fight in a phone booth if we let it be. But if there is any community that has always known how to put aside differences and fight for our rights when our people are under attack, you're damn right it is the queer community. Our history tells that story. The lesbian nurses in Ward 5B during the AIDS crisis, caring for gay men, or the trans women of color leading the resistance at Compton's cafeteria riots. Being here with you all as LGBTQ community leaders and allies reminds me that we have the unique responsibility to build a community that can withstand the oppression that we know is out there. We have the immense responsibility to build a community that loves together and fights together despite all the differences we may have. I remember last year when my partner, Danielle, opened up Ricky's in the Castro, San Francisco's first women's sports bar. And Danielle likes to say, Ricky's is not a lesbian bar, but it's a women's sports bar. And while gay men might not understand why we queer women thirst after all of those pro athletes on the Valkyries and across women's sports, the Castro community has been so incredibly welcoming. And in particular, it was the gay men who owned neighboring businesses, including High Tops or Bar 49, who said, "We've got you, and we're so happy to have you here in the Castro." So, thank you. So we need us. We need us queers more than ever before. We need to have each other's back more than ever before. And we need to show San Francisco that there can be another way we build community and not tear it down. Thank you so much to our mayor for believing so hard in San Francisco and for being an ally in this fight, for opening up City Hall and your office for today's celebration. So as we say in the queer community, be gay, do crimes. And as our honorable mayor says, let's go San Francisco. And now I am absolutely honored to welcome San Francisco Pride's Executive Director, Suzanne Ford.
Board of Directors, get up here. All right. Yeah, you're not going to make me do this alone. No. Hello, everybody. Happy Pride. My name is Suzanne Ford, and my pronouns are she, her, and I am the first transgender executive director of the most iconic queer organization in the world, San Francisco Pride. Thank you, Mayor Lurie. Mayor Lurie, I know I push you, and I'm always going to push you, but I always love and respect you. Thank you. Thank you to the supervisors, especially my supervisor, Supervisor Mandelman. Chiefs, city department heads, distinguished guests, and all the grand marshals, which all of them are close friends of mine. Thank you all. I want you all to get every minute out of this month. Welcome to being grand marshals at San Francisco Pride. And I see a bunch of you out there. Hi, Jake. Hi, Angel. Hi, Billy. Hi to all the nonprofit, hi, Dr. Tyler, I see you. All the nonprofit leaders and staff. This month is for you. Thank you. I have my board of directors up here. First of all, I'd like to recognize Maceo Person, who is the vice president of the board. Jupiter Peraza, who is the treasurer of the board. My friend Michelle Miao. Our newest board member, Shane Zaldivar. And Sam Flavella. This year at San Francisco Pride, we have assembled the best team in my tenure. led by my close, dear friend, the Deputy Executive Director who has put up with me for 5 years, Chris Robert. Our new team members, Sydney Devereaux and Abby Everywhere, are here. And our talented contractors, Marcia H. Levine, Greg Traverso, Nico Stormont, Gail Roberts, and my partner in pride, Win Pham. And also a huge thanks to Silverback Productions. Kyle Myers, thank you. Okay, let's get to the heart of it. I'm actually going to read it this year. I never do. I usually come up here and wing it, but I really want you to hear what I have to say. Every year when we raise the flag at City Hall, I think about what it represents, not just to San Francisco, but to people all over the world. For many, this flag is a beacon. It is a beacon of safety, of possibility, and of hope. I know that personally. I grew up in Owensboro, Kentucky, watching San Francisco Pride on the television in the 70s. And I didn't know at that time any openly trans person or leader in my city, in my state, in this country. I did not know that a future like mine was possible. But I did see San Francisco. I saw people living openly, joyfully, authentically. And it changed me. And that's the power of visibility. That's the power of pride. And that's why what we do here now matters still. What we do here matters far beyond the city of San Francisco. People around the world still dream about San Francisco. People like Dr. Naz Mohammed, the first publicly out gay man from Qatar, whom San Francisco Pride celebrated as a Grand Marshal in 2023. His participation went viral and gave hope to millions of people. People like Al-Jahara, a trans woman who Dr. Naz helped escape a brutal regime because he was known to the world. They are here with me today. Will both of you stand up and wave to everybody? They dreamed of a place where LGBTQ people are not only tolerated, but celebrated. Being the city of dreams comes with responsibility. This city has always been a leader in showing what inclusive progress can look like. And now we have an opportunity to lead again, not by rebuilding the past, but by building something better for the future. For the last several years, many organizations like San Francisco Pride have been focused on survival. Can we keep the doors open? Can we fund the parade? Can we make it through another year? Prides in Long Beach, Phoenix, Tucson, and Tampa have had to cancel annual events with loss of corporate funding. Story after story describes the obstacles that Pride organizers face around the world. And I'll be honest, I'm tired of just surviving. We have raised the alarm for the last 4 years about how fragile this event has become. This year, I'm proud to say that San Francisco Pride is moving into a new chapter. We currently have approximately $2 million in sponsorship commitments. Partners like Kaiser Permanente, Gilead, BMO, and ABC7 actually increased their support this year. We have a new partner, Phil's Coffee, is a sponsor this year. We were awarded over $260,000 in grants this cycle. Foundations like SF Foundation, St. Francis Foundation, the Zvane family, Crank Start, Civic Joy Fund, Horizons. We have the best individual donor program that we have experienced in my tenure. Donors like Tom Lenoble, Robert Holgate, Marcy Edelman, Mark Leno, Roger Dowdy, and many others made this possible. That progress matters. But what excites me the most is not just stability. It's a possibility. We don't have to settle for yearning for pre-pandemic levels. We can and we must do better than 2019. Thank you. 2019 is not the gold standard for the queer community. 2028 should be the gold standard for the queer community. We can ask bigger questions. How do we build a stronger institution? How do we expand inclusion? How do we ensure that trans people, queer people, and marginalized communities are part of shaping San Francisco's future? Because thriving cities are inclusive cities. And San Francisco's strength has always come from the diversity, creativity, and courage of the people who call it home. This month, we will celebrate Pride with joy, with protest, with visibility. But we should also celebrate something else, the opportunity to build together, to invest in this community, to invest in our culture, to invest in the organizations and people who make San Francisco extraordinary. That work belongs to all of us. And so today, as we raise this flag over City Hall, let's remember, for someone watching somewhere far away, maybe in Kentucky, maybe in another country, this flag means everything. It means there is a place where they might someday belong. Let's continue building a city worthy of that hope. Please join and support SF Pride by visiting sfpride.org and hit the donate button, please. Everybody, happy Pride.
Please welcome Imani Rupert Gordon.
Is it still morning? Afternoon. It's one of those. Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Imani Rupert Gordon. My pronouns are she, her, and hers, and I'm the president for the National Center for LGBTQ Rights and one of this year's San Francisco Pride Grand Marshals. And I'm so proud to join you and to celebrate the start of Pride. I'd first like to thank Mayor Lori for inviting me to participate and take part in this incredibly special occasion. There was a time not so long ago when people that looked like many of the people in this room and loved like many of the people in this room were forced to live our lives in shadows. We didn't get to see our flag raised at City Hall. And so I don't take days like this and leadership like this for granted. And I want to express my pride and honor to live and work in the city and to work with brave leaders that have a vision for fairness and equity that they live out every day for all of us. Because we know that across this country, the federal administration is actively targeting our community with unconstitutional policies and blatant discrimination for just being who we are. And many of our so-called allies, the ones that were happy to be near us when it was just a little bit easier, are showing us that maybe they were never really allies at all. Hospitals, law firms, universities, and institutions all across this country are opting to be weak when they could be strong. And the news would have us believe the lie that there are far more of them than there are of us. But here's what they don't tell you. That when this administration started issuing subpoenas requesting the private medical records of transgender young people across the country, that LGBTQ legal organizations immediately sued the administration, sending the message that you will not bully us, and we are protecting trans young people. When LGBTQ asylum seekers, who have for decades been recognizing as having a valid claim to protection in this country, are watching that promise quietly disappear, that organizations have started to work even closer together to create new strategies and new pathways to help keep our communities safer. And when the Supreme Court made that horrible decision in Childs versus Salazar that would undo protections, preventing young people from going through the discredited practice of conversion therapy, we provided guidance and worked with Colorado and other state AGs to once again create legislation to protect young people from this harmful and shameful practice. And just this week, we secured a win when the appellate court overturned the Trump administration's unconstitutional transgender military ban. So much of that's happening is unconstitutional, and it would never stand up in court, and it is not standing up in court. And the reason we don't hear this is because part of their strategy is exhausting us. Part of their strategy is doing things that is actually illegal. Part of their strategy is to control the media so we don't see just how unpopular they are and how many people agree with us. I mean, this administration is literally taking late night shows off the air. They are scraping the bottom of the barrel. And they hope that we are too tired or too uninformed to fight back. But we're not. We aren't. Every day, I work with people that are actively working to make the world better. And I know that that is true for you in this audience tonight. Right now, people and organizations across this country are showing up and saying that this isn't right and we won't let this happen. And as we stand under this pride flag, let us remember that pride is a celebration and a protest. Let's show our community that they are worth fighting for, and we are the ones committing to doing it. We deserve access, we deserve freedom, we deserve equity. And we have it because of the visionaries, because of the activists, the organizers, the brave legislators, elected officials, and organizers that work to make our lives better. Because of these people, because of these institutions, we have a reason to celebrate. So let's do one better this year, and let's fight for more, for better because we deserve it. Let's remember that LGBTQ equality isn't different from racial justice or gender justice, and our fight is an intersectional one. Let's make this world better than we found it. It's not revolutionary to be who we are, but it is revolutionary to fight for all of us to be able to be who we are. Everyone, this is where we earn our stripes. Happy Pride. I am so proud to be in this fight with all of you.
Pride Band. Please join us for a reception between the elevators.